Davido, but Davido is okay.
A few comments before we go.
Okay.
The world has become freakingly too sensitive about things. This is my opinion anyways. The world has become ridiculously sensitive about every single thing. A comedian says that if I see my little boy acting like a drag queen, I'll throw something house at him. Like, he will really throw that. He won't do it. He's telling a joke. And because of that joke, now he had to apologize, because if he doesn't, he won't host the Oscars. Like, Dave Chappelle comes to tell societal jokes, and now they're calling for him to like, I don't get it. And everybody is different. AY is probably apologizing because, hey, everybody's different. He doesn't want to.
So he said people came at him backlash. So.
Yeah, so it's okay. You know what? Because you're backlashing at me. Some comedians will say, look, I told a joke.
I also think that the whole idea of Davido supposedly impregnating a lot of people is already in a certain taste. The thing itself is in a certain state, like taste, for people to want to decide whether it's funny or it's not funny. So the fact that he came to use it for a joke, now people... I don't even understand. Why were they angry?
I don't understand. Sarkodie, Chatawale is doing that thing about Sarkodie and everyone else. We are laughing here. But some Sarkodie diehard fans will say, no, come on, you can't do that to your brother. Even I get serious sometimes, like, come on. Also, but it's funny. It is funny.
It's not my dad calling me on live TV.
Happens all the time.
Maybe he wants to share his opinion.
I guess.
It's funny.
But anyway, I honestly, sometimes depends on who. The other time, I took a swipe at Godwin about his hair. Yeah, and Chichi was in my ears. MFA, that's so not nice of you. You have to apologize. Chichi said it to me. Chichi doesn't give, excuse my French, any rattles about what I think. She insisted, and when we came back on, but Godwin said, but I know it's coming from you, so I didn't think you were serious, even though I saw that his face changed. But
no, I mean,
but he went beyond and knew that, okay, it's coming from him. But the guy is a comedian, so you have to take it as though.
Well, you see, that's my problem, because if we say that, then it means that Will Smith's wife taking offense.
Yeah, that's why somebody was slapped, because he made a bad joke. I mean,
because
at that time, he didn't think he was making a bad joke. I mean, and people laughed. Even the person that the joke was said about her laughed.
No, she didn't laugh. He laughed, and then he turned to look at her, and then saw her expression. She didn't laugh.
Okay, the person went to laughed, and then decided that, oh, I shouldn't have laughed. Yeah, because I shouldn't be seen laughing at a joke like this.
It should be seen, or I shouldn't have laughed.
When naturally, but where did the laugh come from? It came from him.
Chichi wanted to beat me for you.
You know?
Guys, that's it for entertainment news.
But Davido not impregnating people.
Exactly. If the hair is not nice, and Emma said, she didn't say it's like in a terrible...
No, you see, again, like...
She can tease me with listen, and I can choose
like, why? Because when the other one is nice and I say it, he accepts it. If it's not nice,
no, but if it's not nice, I have to say it on national television that it's not nice, and then now people will say...
certain things to me on my... I kept laughing, I kept smiling at it. I'm like, but it's on my head, though. It's okay where you sit.
I am not saying that because Donna is
no, because I can't accept that one.
Yeah, it's an opinion. So somebody says this, come on.
Your opinion is wrong. Okay. Basically.
When it's coming from a comedian, forget it. It can be anything.
It's wrong. That's all.
I tell you, like Ubi Apostle will come and say something, I have to be offended.
No, because some things are funny generally, but we don't.
Then it will be so hard.
Certain people.
We don't decide. How would we know which one?
No, but something like like how already, like what you just said.
So which part of the joke? Is it a small prank?
Is he impregnating?
Me personally, yes. I didn't see why you can say that. Okay, he's going around.
I'm offended because the way I like David, how can you say he has a small prank? Hello, Ghana. Are you done with your? Are you done with your stories? Are you done, baby girl?
Please, they're sacking me, so let me
No.
Guys, that's about it. Please, that's about it for entertainment news with me, the Afro Girl. You know what to do. Please follow me on my social media platforms at @the_Afro Girl. You can take your show.
I refuse to be a small freak.
You refuse to be a what?
A small freak. Read now. Say now, AY talk.
Please.
All right.
Carry your show.
All right, Ghana. Yard Sales is bringing you everything you will need for a smooth and exciting December. Join them from the 1st December to 3rd, 2023 at the NY Fair at Tema TDC Clubhouse, Community 6 today. Shop all your favorite products from certified online and offline vendors at very good discounts. Just call them on 0264 112 814. 0264 112 814. See you Yeah. Now, now our mental health. In
Okay,
this case, where
yes.
people will say things about us, and we have.
Guys, tell us, how are you? How are you doing? Like, how are you? I wanted to ask Afro Girl how.
Wanted to ask how you're doing.
How are you? I wanted to ask Afro Girl how she's doing, more especially because of yesterday. How is her mental state, mental health? But yeah, guys, let's have that very important conversations. Many of you want to talk to people. You don't know how. You don't know who to talk to. Do you even know that you're struggling with a certain type of mental health at all? Let's have a conversation. Stay with us.
Are you tired of dealing with toilet paper that irritates your skin and your toilet, your WCs? Wait, I have great news for you. Flora Toilet Roll is the game changer. Flora Toilet Roll is thick, gentle on the skin, and fragrance free, making it ideal to clean your intimate parts, as it causes no skin irritations and or allergies. The best part is it is made to dissolve easily, preventing plumbing issues and clogs. Experience the ultimate comfort of Flora Toilet Roll. No more clogs, no more skin irritations.
The other day, as I was in my kitchen preparing my special jollof made with lily rice for my family, I heard a knock at the door. It was my mechanic. Instead of calling me to pick my car, he brought it himself. I said, "Cho," he said, "F-O." I said, "Take the car back. I will come and pick it myself." As I turned off the fire from under the lily jollof, there was another knock at the door. It was my neighbor. I said, "Neighbor, neighbor." He said, "F-O, my dog has jammed your wall again, oh." I said, "Don't be silly. You don't have a dog." My wife and kids came home and we saw that he enjoyed. Cho, it was my pastor. He said, "Bless you." I said, "Bless you too." He said, "Did he come to church on Saturday?" I said, "Acho, but why are you coming to tell me this on Wednesday?"
Having to fend off visitors at mealtimes because of Lele's tasty aromatic rice? Celebrate every mealtime by sharing with friends and family near or far. Lele, tasty food, happy family.
This advert is FDA approved.
You'll ever taste.
Hi, baby.
Hi, Mom.
Hope you're having fun at Granny's.
Yeah, but Grandma doesn't have my favorite top chocolate spread. Hi, Mom. Mommy, please, I missed top chocolate spread on bread. Tasty too. Made just for you and me. Choco, it's chocolate choco. It's chocolate choco. It's chocolate choco. Top choco. It's chocolate.
Surprise children!
Yay! It's chocolate choco.
Taste of chocolate.
Welcome to Skin Plus Med Spa, an upscale medical spa run by a US board-certified doctor located in East Legon. At Skin Plus, we strive to provide safe, effective, and innovative treatments for our clients in a luxurious and comfortable environment. We consult with each client and give personalized treatment plans to meet your specific needs. We specialize in a variety of minimally invasive and advanced cosmetic procedures such as Botox, filler, PRP, microneedling, laser treatment, chemical peels, facials, massage, and body waxing. We treat conditions like acne, premature aging, wrinkles, hyperpigmentation, unwanted facial hair, excessive sweating, etc. What sets us apart from other spas is our team of experienced professionals. Be rest assured that each time you visit Skin Plus, you will be attended to by a licensed medical professional. All our staff are fully trained, experienced, and competent. We have beautiful, luxurious space with affordable pricing and quality service just for you. Locate us on the Boundary Road in East Legon. Call or text us on 055-278-6003. That is 055-278-6003. 6003 to schedule a complimentary consultation. You can also reach us on Skin Plus GH on Instagram. Skin Plus Med Spa, enhancing your natural beauty.
Dominion University College, accredited by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission since 2012, is the key to unlocking a bright future. Dominion offers an extensive range of qualifications, including HND, bachelor's, master's, and doctoral courses in a variety of fields such as human resources, computer science, marketing, accounting, banking and finance, theology, and statistics. Our courses are delivered in collaboration with the University of Cape Coast, which serves as the awarding institution. Here at Dominion, we provide an exceptional education. Take a step forward towards a promising future. Enroll into any of our wide-range courses. Call today, +233 201 063633 or +233 50 777 7435. Dominion. Stand out and dominate.
Introducing the debut album from the renowned choral soloist Lodina the soprano. Carries the perfect cocktail, an eclectic mix of classical, contemporary gospel and choral music. Each song carefully chosen to reflect the beauty and depth of God's grace, from soulful classical to joyful praise. Charis is a celebration of the divine gift of grace that connects us all. It's not just an album. It's a celebration of the transformative power of God's grace. Available on all digital streaming platforms. Effective Monday, 16th October. Charis.
Early detection saves lives, but early sensitization could do twice as much. So this year, we're taking our breast cancer awareness campaign to senior high schools across the country.
We are looking to educate the next generation of women who in turn will spread the word in their own unique ways. Early education, early detection, more awareness.
Our message is simple. Set a reminder, get screened, and cross it out. We're crossing out all of the fear, all of the risks and stigma attached to breast cancer.
Our high school tour will be making several stops at the Eastern, Central, Greater Accra and Ashanti regions, offering inspiring pep talks, breast cancer screening and education, amazing giveaways, and a concert to top it all off.
For further inquiries, you can reach us on 059-229-2746 or visit mx24.app/crossitout. Crossitout 2023 is proudly brought to you by Top Choco and Floral Tissues.
Oh man, we have so much fun on this show. If you just tune in, this is the AM Club, and we are live on MX24 TV. We've just done Coffee Daily. It's time for Lifestyle Daily. My name is Godwin Nambo, here with MFA Akosia Adeti. It's World Mental Health Day. Such an important day that the world recognizes. And so we have to have this discussion. I also mentioned that today is International Day for the Girl Child. Talk about it later. But before we tell you about World Mental Health Day, there is nothing more pleasing than Top Choco chocolate spread on bread. It has the power to awaken your taste buds and make you happy instantly. The Top Choco 3-in-1 instant mix chocolate drink is suitable for preparing both cold chocolate milkshakes and cups of delicious hot chocolate. Just add hot water. Introducing the latest addition to the Top Choco family is a Top Choco Choco Cup, which is suitable for everyone and will surely be a crowd pleaser. Children can take it to school and imagine serving these cups at birthday parties, picnics, or any other gatherings. This chocolatey treat will definitely make their day. Get your hands on the Top Choco Choco Cup today and experience the joy of chocolate spread in a cup. Remember, guys, Top Choco is made with love in Ghana using only the finest ingredients. Top Choco, it's chocolatey. All right, time to have that conversation. And Dr. Teata Duut, mental health advocate and executive director at Zomujo Foundation, has joined us for this. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning, Godwin.
Good to have you back.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Always representing the Zomujo, eh?
Zomujo, yeah. That's what we do.
Very important.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Personalized healthcare for all. Yes, so personalized healthcare for all in terms of Africa, Ghana, yeah.
Okay, but what's the origin of the name? Is it an abbreviation? Is it a...
Truth is, it's something I came up with.
I'm not sure. Have you ever thought about it that somebody's going to ask you?
I get asked every time. Every time.
Right.
And people are like, oh, is it Swahili? Sounds Eastern African, Southern African. But, I mean, I wanted a name that wasn't registered in the domain here in Ghana and then on any website. So just Zoet or Z, a J, strung it up, and then...
That's very creative.
Very catchy too.
Cool. Yeah.
Very catchy. Zomujo sticks in the head.
But how are you, though?
I'm fine.
Like a very special how are you, especially because of today. How are you doing?
I'm all right. It's a mixed feeling. It's because I'm happy to talk about mental health, but also looking back to there are lots of things in mental health that we as a nation aren't paying attention to, and I like that lately it's getting the needed support and attention.
In your years as a doctor, not even before you started this project, but in your years as a doctor, what has really shocked you about people's mental health, especially in this country?
Okay, so yes, I would come from it from the advocate's point of view. What I've really realized about mental health is how persons seem to understand mental health. You meet very educated persons, literate, well done with tertiary. You ask them what is mental health, and oh, mental health, madness, about them, and it's shocking, right? So even if at that level we don't know what mental health is, right? Then it means that there's a lot of work to do. So talk about awareness, education, the education or educating the populace on mental health. So there's a huge gap. And so if persons don't even know about mental health, how then do they identify common mental health conditions and work towards improving their own mental health? And mental health is just as important as physical health, MFA.
Right. But how has it been? What is causing it? Is it our culture? Is it our level of education? Like, what's really wrong?
Right. So with mental health, there's an interplay from the biological point of view or genetics to psychological to environment. So biological, yes, let's say when you look at genetics, some people have a predisposition towards certain conditions based on their genetics, but also psychologically, the things we think about, the negative thought patterns, and how we react to them also affect our mental health. Environment to affect your people, your network, your social culture. So, and also, as a person or in where we find ourselves, the culture, right? So in the typical Ghanaian society, superstitions, misconceptions, they all tend to affect our mental health. So it's an interplay between these three, basically.
When we say physical health, we know that we are looking at things that affect the physicality of the body. So maybe if I have skin rash or I have an eye problem, I have an ear problem. When we say someone is suffering mentally, which part of the body
That's a good one. That's a really good one, Godwin. Good. So, of course, when we think mental health, we are thinking the brain, but it also has an effect, a systemic effect on all the other parts. So think about it. The brain controls the rest of our body. Of course, if for you to be able to coordinate your movements, the brain, with certain mental health conditions, it even affects our movement. Think about muscle tension, how we, say, let me even use the severe forms that people know about mental health. The mad person on the street. Even at that level, it is also affecting his physical health as well, right? So there's a whole continuum of mental health, right? So from optimum, good, suboptimum, to the very severe cases. And all these have varying effects on our physical health. Yeah, so yes, mental health has a very significant, it happens to affect our physical health.
There's a video of me on social media making the rounds now about how, you know, I was going through something, and then in the gym, you know, you just sat at one place. In the gym where everyone is working out, and I was just sitting at one place, lost, just there. So I can understand and I can relate to what you're saying, that it affects every part of the body. You almost don't even want to move.
Exactly.
You're just in one place.
Exactly.
You know, until someone came and said, dude, what's wrong with you? Like, you okay?
Happened in traffic. There was the guy, the gentleman, he was good enough to approach us for, we were able to get him to our network of psychologists. But he was driving. Traffic light had gone red, stopped, and he was lost in thought from an anger issue. And everyone was horning at him. For about 5 minutes, he wasn't
out of this world.
Had to take someone to almost smash his screen before he came back to himself. So imagine this person is driving on the road, and so it's really prevalent in our condition.
It shows up, would you say that, as you have said, genetic predispositions?
Exactly.
So for somebody, even though it can start emotionally and you can feel it physically.
Yeah.
For some people, it starts with sight, right? What you're seeing.
Exactly.
Somebody genetically, because of what you're born with.
Exactly.
And for somebody, what you've harbored mentally.
Yeah, your interactions.
What happens to your heart then?
Does it affect the heart?
The one that you had to be doing boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. So things like, if you think about panic attacks, panic attacks, and you think about anxiety, they all have an effect on our hearts, and sometimes rapid heartbeat. You see, we all are anxious about, let's say, MFA today, you have been called to MC, let's say, a global event. Of course, you'll be anxious towards that, by all means. But when it interferes with our everyday activities and its excess, then there's an anxiety disorder. Some of them can translate into panic attacks, where people have the rapid heartbeat. Yes, but also that's also different from the broken heart kind, but it's all mental health.
If I listen to you carefully, I'm almost feeling that, but for institutions or programs like Zomujo, it would be a lost case and a hopeless situation, because it looks like I don't have control over the factors that will put me into mental health. Do I?
You do, in a way. Some. Of course, for genetics, we can't control that yet. So there are always the modifiable and non-modifiable. About taking active... You see, MFA and Godwin, when it comes to physical health, I like the fact that you said you hit the gym. You hit the gym to look good, to take care of your physical health, to be fit. But what do we do about our mental health? Do we wake up every day and say, today I want to be deliberate about my mental health?
Yes.
I want to be deliberate about the stresses that I come into contact with, about how I relate with people. You get it? For example, you check your diet, you try to exercise, you do all the good things about physical health. But with mental health, nothing. We seem to not do anything and just wing it, and hopefully. And you see, there's a culture of snap out of it. Oh, you'll be fine. Oh, just... Right? So things like that. And so sometimes people are suffering. And where do they go? How do they know that this is really... Who do I talk to?
What's the difference between mental health and mental illness?
That's a good one. That's a really good one. That's a really good one. I've really seen it, people use it interchangeably. But mental health, think of mental health as the state of complete... you're thinking of it in terms of your emotional well-being, your psychological well-being, right? And your social well-being, right? So it's not just... But also add that mental health is not just the absence of mental illness. So when mental health goes wrong, but mental health also is also about how you're also able to live your fulfilling life, how you're able to respond to, stresses and stimulus, and then your everyday interactions with people, how good they are. But mental illness is when, of course, there's an infirmity in that your mental health has been jeopardized.
Okay.
Yeah, so then that becomes mental illness.
Okay. So if I come to sit in front of you now, for you to diagnose that something may have gone wrong with my mental health, whatever level, would it be that I'm showing a certain level of mental illness?
Yes. So there are ways of diagnosing mental health conditions, and of course, I wouldn't want to, because of the scientific, I wouldn't want to go so much into that. But there are criteria, internationally outlined criteria.
Okay.
So let's say maybe if it's depression, the person has been persistently feeling sad, hopeless, lost interest in activities, things like that. And some of them have also translated to physical effects on the person. So there's always a criteria to look at, and for how long they have been going on, right? So for things like major depressive disorder or depression, things like anxiety disorder, there are always cut-off points, and you look at the duration. So in effect, you're able to know that we want the public to really know about these common mental health conditions, so that when something is going wrong, you're able to know that, hey, it's time to... When you have a headache, let me just add this. When you have a headache, because, of course, that's a systemic, you know that, maybe I have to go see a pharmacist, I have to see a doctor, and I don't need to wait till malaria, for example, kills every day. I don't need to wait till it has reached its high-end spectrum. But with mental health, do we really wait? Do we really treat it? Do we take care of it when it's new, when it's in the bad stage? Do we nip it? Or we wait till when it's almost out of hand?
Also, currently, in this country, per your data, what category of persons? Young, women, old, rich, poor, average?
Again, the thing about mental health is it cuts across.
It cares about nobody.
It cares about nobody. The rich, the poor. I hear comments like, "Oh, this is
rich people
problem." This is rich people. But research has shown that it even affects the poor more.
Yeah.
Right? Because of course, let's say all these good diets, good health lifestyle, all these that improve mental health. Sometimes for the poor persons too, they're already going through all these challenges, and then it just compounds. But they don't realize that this is really what is going on with me.
Okay.
Right? So it cuts across.
Okay.
But our work at Zomujo, we've really been focused on the youth.
Okay.
Right? And of course, Africa is a youthful, like Ghana, so we've been really focused on the youth from primary school, junior high, senior high, university, and beyond. So just the youth mostly.
Okay, so again, staying with you, primary, junior high, senior high, universities.
Yes.
So these level of educations, where would we have the highest numbers? The young people? Or because maybe they don't have the right words to express how they're feeling? So they are in the States, but you're not able to collect appropriate data.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I would like to add that, of course, mental health, there's a huge gap. We need even active research into mental health. But based on our experience, I would say, the university, we see lots of these in the university, but they are progressive. So you could trace back and realize that, as far as this DHS, because I was saying, just recently, about weeks ago, I was when one of the junior high schools, and a JHS 1 student had attempted suicide. Right? And of course, to the layperson, what is wrong? Why would a JHS person want to lose his or her life by suicide? And what at all? Are they paying electricity? Are they married? Do they have bills? But they also have their problems.
What have you been picking up as some of their problems?
So at that level,
do they talk at all?
You see, they talk. But what I've also been advocating for is, sometimes at that level too, are the teachers also literate about mental health to be able to pick up some of these things? Do the teachers themselves also know what mental health is? And these teachers too also go through their own shared problems and don't even have access to resources.
Okay.
And so that compounding effect, the children, for them, we've realized it's some of them, even at that level, has been substance use disorder. Yes, at that level.
GHS?
Yes.
Wow.
Neglect and abuse. Right.
True. Secondary. So the data available now is that 52% of young girls in the second cycle institutions in junior high are abused currently.
Yeah.
52, and that's above average.
Above average.
Yeah, well, in women, so
Okay.
big girls, young girls, so whatever it is that you can think of as abuse. So if Zomujo gets in contact with like 52 of these persons, you find out that their data available for young people will shoot up.
Yeah.
Because they belong to that category.
Yeah.
Let's look at the reverse of it.
Yeah.
So some of the things that you have control over, some say is your culture, so young people cannot speak up. And so it's difficult to want to nip it in the back when you look at it from the cultural level.
Yeah.
Let's learn some of the things we can pick up using the available tools,
Okay.
such as social media.
Good.
If I am on social media, what shall I look out for to know that a person texting or tweeting a certain type of thing may be at risk of a certain mental health?
Good. So, again, would have to consider, when we look at mental, we'll have to consider the person's history, quote unquote. What has the person been talking about? Is there a deviation from the person's norm? So let me even use in the class, when we go to schools, I tell them, let's say Godwin is my friend. I know that Godwin likes to hit the gym every day after work. And then for months, for weeks, Godwin doesn't show up, doesn't say anything about it. Then we know that something is wrong. It's time to check up. Social media too, of course. The person has these, and sometimes it could even be withdrawal. Right? All of a sudden, the social withdrawal. Social withdrawal too happens in, let's say, in the physical realm too, but on social media too, people also tend to withdraw. The pattern of text, all of a sudden, this person is talking about death, meaning sometimes not even about death, but what's the essence to life? Exactly, what is life? Well, so these are, as someone who knows, let's say, that's why it's good to have a good social network, or a positive peer network, and then your friends could be able to identify that no, this is really not MFA. Something is wrong, and then be able to come in that, okay, so MFA, let's check this.
My question is not too far from what MFA just asked.
Yeah.
So when it comes to mental health, just so we don't confuse it. A time ago, when someone says I'm depressed, well,
Exactly.
and we didn't think that depression was such a big deal.
Yeah.
So if you can help us with the spectrum, or the commonest mental health challenges out there, from highest to, you said the highest, the extreme form is
exactly
what we call madness, right?
Yeah.
So what is the lowest form, if you can help us, so we know that maybe we're suffering these things?
So basically, I'd want to let's say, let me use stress.
Okay.
Good. Let's say you have an optimal mental health, and you're able to navigate the stresses of life. How you respond, very resilient, Highland. And then from good, it's okay, not as much, but you are going through it, but you're okay. Then the suboptimal is, let's say, whilst you are also trying to navigate your way around these mental health challenges, or say stresses, you realize it's beginning to have a toll on you.
Yeah.
How you respond to even your workplace, right? So mental health, even how you're able to relate with your work colleagues. All down to the level where now it's taking it's taking a huge toll on you, that it is affecting, let's say, your activities, your daily routine. It could be your sleep pattern. You are not even motivated to even wake up and do anything at all, and it's happening persistently. You are losing interest in things that you used to find pleasurable, right? It's also, your sleep, insomnia, things like that. And even you are easily tired. These are some of the common patterns to mental health that we can find. Your appetite, all of a sudden, it could be very high, very low. Sometimes it could be even carbohydrate addiction recently. So sometimes sugar, sweets, and it holds that whole cycle. Oh, of course, we know ice cream is good, but to the listener now, everything is cravings for carbohydrates. Again, there are optimal levels of it, but sometimes too. So looking at it, it follows that spectrum. So you realize that maybe it's until it gets out of hand, and at that level, we have to maybe a psychiatrist has to intervene?
It's hard because I guess what Godwin was trying to ask is, at what point would I know that it's getting out of hand? Because then, as women, sometimes you find out that your hormones start kicking in.
Yeah.
And so cravings, we call it cravings.
Cravings.
How do I know that this is not even my hormones? And how do I even know that this one is real? Again, actually, that you can choose to even address or not. But what I really want you to address is, what happens if the factors that are contributing to your mental health is something that lives with you, your immediate family members, like the people that you really cannot, genuinely, for you to navigate in this God-given green earth, as I like to describe it, you have to be with them.
Yeah.
And they are definitely the ones that are causing you this level of mental unwellness. How do you deal with this?
So that's a sensitive one. Again, it's about, mental health is about promoting open communication, having open, honest conversations. I mean, it's your family, so you can't do away with them. And it could be a spouse, it could be a work colleague. How do you sit down and say, MFA, Godwin, or Nambo, I need us to talk about this? Or if it's, let's say, at work, you get someone in authority who you think, or even if you need an external person. Because if you're also looking at addressing it at the root level, the root cause too. Because if not, it keeps coming up, or it persists. So you have to have that open conversation and say, MFA, I really want us to talk about this. I know that this is so that the persons they begin to understand that truly this is what they are doing and this is how it's affecting you and this is what you don't like about it.
Surely, you know that if you take about 10 people in this country, it's just about 2 out of that 10 that can really have very sane conversations, so that the repercussions of that conversation doesn't even make situations worse.
Yeah.
Because the repercussions are that they withdraw. The person that you have had the conversation with maybe would withdraw. If it is family, they withdraw completely. They're not engaging you. If it is somebody that is maybe your guardian, somebody that's taking care of you, that care, they accept, they agree, I'm causing you mental health. But a lot of the times, practical repercussions would be that the people are not the same as they were before. Is this true?
Yes. We've noticed that to a large extent that is true. But also it's about how we go about it. Right, the how matters. For example, there's a way I would come and let's say you've offended me. There's a way I would talk about it that would still keep the friendship, and there's a way I could talk about it that would probably make things even worse.
Okay, so for Zomujo, what would you do? Would you teach the person to know how to talk to the person that's causing them, or you're going to take me out because I'm not an expert and take that position we take that responsibility?
At Zomujo, we look at it we take a multi-pronged approach. Do we have to come in? Do we have to get our network of psychologists inside in the matter? We've been at schools, organizers, and in some schools, we had the case of stigma, discrimination of a sort, where a teacher who we had helped had been going through, going for psychological support.
Okay.
And then you had teachers within the school begin to discriminate in a way.
The discrimination, no? What does it even mean? Like, what are they discriminating? That's what, you're a mad person?
Exactly. Oh, this one, his brain, they touch. You get it? Or something is wrong. Oh, he's not fully correct. Oh, he's not sane. And there are plenty of misconceptions. Some people even think when you get close to people who are that way, it will also get to you. And so imagine being a teacher and being that. So even for staff meetings, so that whole, so he comes to school and doesn't even want to talk to anybody or engage anybody, just wants to come and teach and leave. Right? And you find it in organizations, corporate, schools, everywhere. So things like this, we look at it from we take a multi-pronged approach. At the individual level, there's teachers, and then the unit too, or the school as a whole, how do you also step in? How do you get them to understand even what mental health is? And that it could also happen to them.
What about the person that is stuck in the room and is not talking? At least, for example, of this teacher, it is because he shows certain symptoms for their colleagues to even say that, you know, we all taught you.
Yeah.
Or it is because maybe Zomujo showed up there, he's spoken to them privately, and they showed up to want to correct things. That's the only way they can even tell that he's going through a process.
Yeah.
What about the person watching us today and is stuck in the room and is not talking?
It's exactly. So that's a very good one. That's a very, very good one. Again, access to care is one of the things we, one of the tenets of our work at Zomujo, because you've seen that, in Africa, research has shown that up to 90% of people who have these challenges, they are unmet, up to 90%. And these are, even if you look at our distribution of health centers, for mental health hospitals, for mental hospitals or psychiatric hospitals, in Ghana, we have only 3, the main psychiatrics.
And I hear they're overburdened and overwhelmed.
Of course. Ankafo, Accra Psychiatric Hospital, Pantan. 2 in Accra, 1 in Central Region. It means that the whole North, Brong-Afo, we don't have these big, these qualified mental health hospitals of this caliber to be able to take care of.
I would have thought that there are units in the hospitals that provide a certain level of psychological care. I would have thought.
That's a certain
ideally
level.
Should be.
Yes, so those are a certain level, but beyond, there are also scopes beyond them, right? Exactly. So, we have these bigger hospitals there for a reason, right? To be able to handle cases beyond what the smaller units are able to. But also, we at Access to Care, talking about access to care, we've also come to realize that most people don't know where to go when they need help. And that is where we, Zomujo, are really trying to, talk about. We go to schools, we go to, for corporate organizations, and one of the questions I like to ask is, when you're going through something, mental health, where do you turn to for help? And almost everyone has no answer. Get it? So that's why Zomujo, I said, like, in this month, October, we're going to relaunch our mental health app, where we have trained peer counselors, and these peer counselors will be able to provide free, personalized, and confidential mental health services. So, say MFO or Godwin could have a mental health issue or concern, could come on and then be connected to a peer counselor for free.
Oh, that's so cool.
For free.
That's
so
so
for free.
Cool.
So think about Uber, but for mental health, free. So you can place a request.
No judgment of it.
Non-judgmental. Your identity is not revealed.
Not, Oh, that's so cool. That's really, really cool.
Really
What's your position on the repeal on suicide? Is it helping in any way?
I think
the law on suicide.
I think it's helping. It's a really big step. It's a good. From the Mental Health Act. The Act 2012 to when we had this decriminalization of suicidal attempts. It's very good. I lost mine. I said it last time. Zomujo came about because I lost my very good friend to suicide when we were in medical school, right? And as a friend, truth is, was I there for him? Because I had been with him from high school, I'd known him. Did I create that safe space for him to talk about his problems? Did any of us get to know? Although he looked fit and was going to the gym, did we realize that something was eating him up? So these are the questions, and that's
I'm fine.
Exactly. So that is really, they've decriminalized the suicide attempt. I think it's good. It's also, mental health is a universal human right, and it's non-discrimination, based on non-discrimination. And so it's providing room and letting them know that we care about them, and then they matter. And it's okay not to feel okay all the time, but seeking help is a sign of strength.
If I may, Doug, I have 2 questions,
if
I may. How do you separate personality trait from a mental health disorder? Do you diagnose yourself? Are there signs, like MFA was asking earlier, or I need a professional to tell me that? Because there are people, for instance, how do I know that me always wanting to be alone in my room, in my space, which I've known about myself for so many years, it's not a mental health disorder. And there are people who I also know constantly want to be around people, constantly. They can't be alone. They want to, go out, they want to socialize, they always want people around them. These traits, are they personality traits or it's a disorder? Or I can't tell unless someone diagnoses me.
Good. That's a very good one. That's a very good one. So again, as humans, we are all unique. We're all very unique. And so, number one, first thing out there is don't try to diagnose yourself. First rule out there. And so don't use Google, Dr. Google or anything. Don't try to diagnose yourself. Every diagnosis will have to come from a qualified medical personnel, say as doctor, psychologist, psychiatrist. But talk of personality traits and personality disorder. Of course, again, as a doctor, the approach to this is to look at the biopsychosocial approach. Take that approach in that consider the individual as a whole person. You've mentioned that growing up, this is how you've been, this is what you've been going through. So it takes a 360 view of the person to be able to, even the medic to be able to arrive at, okay, this is really not a personality disorder, or this is a personality disorder. Especially when it is interfering with your life.
Right.
Again, most mental health disorders or the mental health illness or disorders, the cutoff is when it begins to negatively affect you. Right, your relations, your outputs, your activities. So these personality traits and personality disorders, of course, some persons are very reserved, which is normal, but is it getting in their way of their relationships?
Right.
Is it getting in their way of work, social interactions? Good. So it's not just by just looking at it on the surface level and discussing. So a psychiatrist will have
two
to come
final
through.
questions from me, maybe. And this is why you're trained to do what you do.
Yeah.
But which one works better? A person who is suffering from a type of mental health, and you're collecting information from them to help them.
Okay.
Plus the person you're collecting from somebody that knows the person. Which account works better? Because if I'm suffering from a certain mental health, how accurately can I give you information that will help me?
Okay, good. So, and I would also want to use this in the context of our physical health. When somebody approaches you and has malaria and is giving you an account of it, you'd also want to have a first-hand, experience from the person himself. So when there's an impairment, then you're able to you go to the next person or the immediate relative.
Okay. Because I've been thinking about this, because if you went to a doctor and said your head is aching, maybe have you been having enough sleep? Have you drank water? Is your eye hurting? Have you eaten?
Yeah.
When they're not so sure of the data they collect and the information then they take samples, maybe do a test and all of that. So I'm wondering, do you draw any type of blood to go and do some tests?
Yes. So it depends. It depends on the. There are some cases or some conditions that you do have to, support it with some laboratory investigations just to confirm. But a lot of these things, as I said, are about the psychosocial well-being, the emotional well-being, and how it interferes with a person's everyday life.
Okay.
So that's really about psychology. Psychiatry is when medications come in, you have to prescribe drugs and for certain conditions, and these are usually very severe.
Okay, we're going to learn a bit more about Zomujo and how you can get on and people watching and all. But finally, for me, traditionally and culturally, we've learned that people that attempt suicide or even die out of suicide, some cultures and some tribes discriminate even their dead bodies in their families.
Yeah.
Some of them are not buried even in the regular cemetery, or the funerals are not done in a way that a person that supposedly died in natural death.
Yeah.
The conversations about mental health, is it helping in any way? What are you picking up now?
It's really helping. It's really helping. And again, education, even the impact of education on our social-cultural beliefs, we've come a long way, yes. And so that's why we believe that continuous education or sensitization of the public on mental health issues will be able to help them break free of that. Again, the stigma, the discrimination, it's mostly welled up in ignorance. Get it? But we are making very good efforts, the Mental Health Authority, other mental health organizations. And I like the Gen Z. Now the Gen Z is really taking on mental health. And then the conversations on mental health are getting better. So yeah.
How can I get on Zomujo?
Yes, just a quick one.
Yeah.
First of all, how many hours of sleep does a person need?
6 hours of sleep is okay.
It's okay for an adult? 6 hours?
For an adult, yes. 6 to 8 hours.
Not 8?
6 to 8.
6
to 8, yes.
So you sleep 6 hours, 6 to 8 hours.
Oh yes, at least 6 hours helps.
Does food help us mentally?
Good diet, balanced diet.
It helps mentally, yeah.
Balanced diet, good physical activity, good exercise, all those help mental health.
Beautiful.
They improve your mental health.
Food, sleep, okay. And lastly, coming to Zomujo, I noticed that most of the awareness and advocacy out there is about people living with mental health, the people who are going through it, but we've not had conversations or other conversations surrounding people who cause mental health, because I noticed that it's always about what the person is going through, but we don't look at the root problem. So a mental health person is not going through it in isolation. It's always coming from somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
And some of the causes, I've come to learn this few months of my life that we may also, as people, as siblings, as friends, as partners, cause mental health to people who are living with.
Yeah, cause, exactly.
What can we do? I mean, to let people know that, Charlie, some certain things you do can affect this person you're with at the workplace, in your relationship.
Excellent.
You know, we need to know.
Doctor, tell them to stop first. Be of good behavior first of all.
Excellent point, Nambo. Excellent point. Again, it's really about the education. It's really about, we go to schools and some teachers don't know that, okay, so what I'm doing to this student can affect the child.
Yeah.
How I discipline the student, the things I say, whether I provide a lesson here, especially in the children's formative years, the schools, it can affect them. So it's always about, and sometimes the persons or the perpetrators of these acts don't even know that.
Yes,
they are doing it.
Exactly.
Until later you realize that, okay, this and this may have contributed to.
So the whole gap in education on mental health is really accounting for this. So we really need, as a nation, we really need to have this going on. We really need to have extensive conversations on mental health.
Let's start with Zomujo.
Zomujo, yeah, how do we support
Let's start with Zomujo. So what do? You download it? Is it an app?
So
what is it?
For Zomujo, like I said, we are a youth-led grassroots organization focused on mental health promotion, improving access to care, and policy advocacy.
Okay.
Right. So in areas of mental health promotion, like we are doing right now, across schools, universities, all that, corporate. So that is on the mental health promotion, education. But also in terms of improving access to care, like I said, we'll be relaunching our app this month, where users can. I also forgot to mention the toll-free line, which we have on weekends.
Nice.
It's from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 0800 120 120 on MTN.
Say it again.
0800 120 120. Again, I chose that number.
It's only available on weekends.
Weekends, 9 a.m.
to
9 p.m.
That's very easy. Nice one.
120 120.
Okay.
Right. Good. And yeah, there's a dedicated psychologist. People can call. We bear the charges of the call, and it's absolutely free.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank
you.
So until Zomujo is relaunched, we cannot download the app now?
No.
Okay.
When it's relaunched, we'll actually come here and we'll tell everybody about it. Yes, and we are really grateful.
Pull us along, we'll help.
Exactly. We are really grateful to MX24 for their help so far. And I mean, avenues like this, people are listening, people are watching. It's all part of the education on mental health. Today, I believe somebody has learned something, and it's going to, help in how they relate with others.
Beautiful.
How do you do the I love you? I mean, just because today's Mental Health Day,
I don't know if I'm doing
we
right.
love you so much.
You. Tell someone out there that you love them.
You love them. You're deeply loved.
Yes.
You're not in this alone, okay? So you can start this weekend by calling the toll-free number. I'm terrible with numbers. 120, 120. Start with that one. Call and speak up. You see, you'll be fine, okay?
One of the ways of dealing with mental health, Doc, would you agree, is by traveling and visiting places and going to nice places in the Western region, isn't it?
Of course. I mean, anything
to the beach side.
He's so sweet. He says, of course.
Anything to take your mind. I mean, to keep it relaxed.
Yes.
And so practice mindfulness.
There you go. Mindfulness.
Relaxed. I mean, anything to keep you calm, relaxed, meditation. We'll get into that. And our app that we are coming out, we are building these mental health tools that will be integrated. So beyond speaking to peer counselor, you have access to courses on meditation, mood tracker, affirmations, challenges and quotes to be able to build resilience with mental health. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Definitely youth-led.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Let's tell you 3 places to visit in the Western region, especially if you're struggling a bit. Just go take it easy in the Western region. We'll tell you. Stay tuned.
Get ready for the International Customer Service Summit 2023, an opportunity to be part of groundbreaking discussions shaping the future of customer service. It's happening live at Africa Regent Hotel, Airport on 11th October 2023 from 8 a.m. under the theme Customer Service, a catalyst for profitability, innovation, and growth. Speakers, Professor Robert Abel Hinson, Jerry Halm, Stephen Asen, and Clara Pinkrasam. Topics include The impact of customer service conversations in the boardroom. Sponsors: the African Regent Hotel, Tour Motherland, Easy Technologies, De La D's Couture, and M Notify. Partners: Evolution Consult, Green Trek Tours, Think Media Experts, Afrimass Network, Infocus BCW, Stims, and 11 Consult. Media partners: Multimedia Group, MX24 TV, iSub Sahara, and Green Savannah Diplomatic Cable. To register, call 020 009 5070. International Customer Service Summit. Empowering profits, igniting excellence.
Betway is your gateway to a theme park full of gaming excitement. A whirlpool of wonder where your favorite games come to life. Where you can take to the skies with max payouts that reach into the millions. All in the palm of your hand. Visit betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. Betway is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Bet responsibly. Betway. Bet your way.
Mokwaba, skincare and cosmetics. Take a honampa. Honamsoko. Body the talk, dear. Number 1. It will be a wobia. I will show me no. As a honamno and casamo. Honamno no so by ajiaboso. Pimples, dark spots, and not hyper pigmentations. Nurse your ben so massive force in near drone. And let them nurse so beno. And who and drone home machines. Abba, I want my most skincare and cosmetics clinic. I had your bar. You have a vacuum suction machine, you have a microdermabrasion machine, you have a high frequency machine, and you have your meeting bonnie in Aswaha, oh dear bra, Mama most skincare and cosmetics clinic. I am wow, bra, now we have the Nina and Philly, come on, and Fama, come on, Mohushayan, Accra, East Legon, number 3 Boundary Road, and now such a Bionswa, they will wager before the West Hills Mall on the Malam Kaswa Highway, so SCC Junction. Mama, let your skin do the talking.
Hey, give it to me! Hey, man! Go! One time! Stop! Ah, enough you guys, oh! Continue!
Prepare yourself to unleash even more moolah by staking from 1 Ghana cedi to 350 Ghana cedis. And you could win 26 times your stake on the exciting new Pick 1 game from Game Pack. Play by dialing *946# on all networks via our website or download the Game Pack app on www.gamepackgames.com. Choose your Pick 1 number from 1 to 36. Place your stake and watch our live draws on Adum TV at 9 a.m., 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. daily.
Hey, live life like me with Game Pack. Game Pack, more moolah, more power.
This game is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18. Play responsibly.
If it was Miss J, she'd say, hey. So guys, welcome. So Tuesday, we do take trips. So it's Travel Tuesday, and today I'm excited because it's only this gentleman that gives 2 people in this company pressure, actually 3. Gordon, Jerome, and Antoine, his voice, apart from the voice, is going to be teaching us 3 amazing places that you can go to in the Western region. So we're talking to our favorite, John Obuachi. He is a travel creator and also a digital creator. It's good to see you. How are you? How was your Kwebu trip? Give us a little bit
back. I mean, Kwebu was amazing.
It was amazing, yeah?
It's always a refreshing experience to have beautiful people visiting Ghana. And also, the element of culture. Yeah, it's always a good feel.
isn't it something like a reverse to have a man like wear a cap, sneakers, look like, and talk about culture? You know, and they're going to cool, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, so today, where we're going to?
I'm just wearing the cap to, let people
Africa.
travel Africa. Exactly. It's part of our sustainable tourism agenda. So we want people to, discover more of Africa and Ghana.
Where we go in the Western region?
Well, mostly when people come to